Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? All right, so, hey, this is the Reluctant Nabi back again. And I'm gonna wait a few minutes okay, y'all coming on a bit faster today. Hold on, let me do this thing. Okay, y'all coming on a bit faster today. All right, there we go. So, we are about ready to get this thing started. All right. And there are some things to really get started, right? So let me move that over there. All right. So with that said, brothers and brethren, and the people that get on here, I'm making this for two reasons. All right. And one very, very important and significant reason. So what I decided to do is divide up my content. All right. The mission is still the same. The source and reason why I do this is, see, when people don't understand what I mean, that this is all about our seed, all about children, right? And so you say, if I'm addressing men, how can this be about children? The answer to that question is as simple as this: men, not women, men are the creators of children. Let me rephrase that. Well, not rephrase that. Let me reiterate that. Men, not women, are the creators of children. The women are the carriers of what we create. They are the incubator. We create them, put them in the women, and we hope for the best. We ain't been getting the best, but we hope for the best for the children. All right. But we obviously know that as men, we haven't been getting the best from the women. As a matter of fact, it's been downright the worst. Okay. Double, triple standards and stuff, or standards for men that they don't want to apply to them. And a lot of this is men's fault. And so when we talk about the exodus, the escape, brothers, a lot of brothers are now being able to escape what's going on. All right. So we're being able to escape it. So let me greet everybody real quick. What's up, Lord Vader? One Loyal King, what's up? Space Rice Crispy, what's up? Hey, what's going down, Mr. Pirate Bang? Hey, Daniel. Hey, what's going on? Simplify USMC vet. Okay, now, and I hope Kid Jackson shows up. Most of y'all here by donation are a part of the watch gang. That's what I call it. And so I don't let it be known, but since nobody's watching this channel much anyway, except for you all, y'all know that once I get a certain level of donation, and all of y'all know this, or I see that y'all have like just supported this channel for a while, you all are, I think all of y'all are here. Well, most of y'all here are the watch gang. Okay. And basically, so Kid Jackson, and I'm thankful to all the people that donate, right? Their time and stuff. But some people like Daniel, I think I sent the watch out to you, right? All right. And so the significant thing about Daniel and David Bowman is they share my when I turn around, and especially back in the day, I used to see that Daniel and David would share. Your diet is another one. I had to send them because your diet religiously share my videos without fear, right? And so he's part of the watch gang, but the watch gang is deeper than all of that. All right, it is a litmus test to allow that tells me who's who and what's what. Okay, like Brother Elijah, I think Zimmalu. All right, so they're part of the watch gang too. And so I just wanted to let y'all know that Kid Jackson, yeah, he's part of the watch gang too. So with that said, um, this is one of them videos. It is going down. It's going down. What's happening, what's going to happen is happening, and it's going down. All right. And so we talked about the banking and all the rest of that. All right. Now we're going to talk about relationship today, and how brothers are winning. I mean, really, really winning simply by leaving. All right. Brothers are winning by leaving. And the only thing that happens if you stay and decide to get with what scripturally we are not supposed to mess with, all right, then you're not going to be winning. All right. You're not going to be happy either. There are things and ways that we are supposed to conduct ourselves. All right. There are things we're supposed to go for and we're not supposed to go for. We've seen it many of times where the ABW has a standard for us, why she believes that she shouldn't be up under any standard. As a matter of fact, you heard it come out of their mouth, and you haven't heard it come out of the simp's mouth. Don't judge, don't judge, don't judge. That don't judge mess is BS. Let me repeat that. That don't judge mess is BS. All right. Our primary function as the Son of Man, according to Scripture, I'm going to show y'all something real quick. All right. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. This don't judge thing. Hold on, and let me just break some stuff down. The safety of our children, the safety of children in schools is at risk because people was too afraid to judge the decaying morality of those running the United States. So now a lot of parents are up in arms about what the schools are teaching their children in secret, about stuff they are putting in the children in secret. The reason why it is happening, because one, the women kick the men not only out of the family, not only out of the community, but they basically said, men, you are worthless if you're a good, hardworking man. Basically. And so men felt like the only other place to go is out of the United States. So first they kicked the good men out of the family. Then they kicked the good men out of the community. Then guess what? They kicked the good men out of the country. They said, we don't want you. We don't need you. All of a sudden, the same people that kicked the good men out are crying, saying, come back. What can we do to make this better? Not a damn thing. Right? Now, the younger, the women without children, the women that haven't been run through, but supported the ones that have been run through. All right. The ones that have been run through, okay, there we have this issue. Okay. Now you have a different type of issue with them. You can fix things with them, but if they have children been run through, they're no longer appropriate for men trying to be righteous. And the same standard for men is not the same standard for women. So if they say, well, you got a high body count too, don't matter for men. See, the one thing that people don't understand is this, that men, regardless of our body count, there is not a physical change in our organ that we use in those body count. There is not a physical change in that. All right. Whereas women can be worn out. As we say, those walls can be worn out to the point where you need a repelling rope to get out of it. Right? This is why a lot of them make fun of men and say size matter. This is why they say little d energy, big D energy. All right. What they are saying to you when they run at you like that is they have been worn out so much to the point that the only thing that they think may satisfy them is BD. All right. What's up, your boy K? What's up, Captain Marvel? All right. Now, here is the problem with that. When you're that worn out, even that won't help you. They've been worn out by foreign objects, the carousel, and stuff. So now, scripturally, they're not appropriate for men that get their stuff in order, all right, and get their finances right and have the ability to take care of children. They're not for two reasons. They rejected the men to be 304s for thugs. All right. Once you do that, you can't go back to the good man and go to the Most High and ask him to bless you with a God-fearing man. That doesn't even make sense. Why in hell would the Most High bless you with a God-fearing man when you didn't want that man, when he sent him to you before you got ran through? And then you want to give that man some jacked up goods along with the mentality that comes with that and all those spirits that come with that. All right. Microchimerism. All right. We talked about that. All right. So there's the problem. Now, you got another issue going on. This double standard, this double and triple standard, it's over. Okay. It's over. Call it a day. Brothers just don't give a F. We don't care about no Umar Johnsons. We don't care about the rest of them simps. We don't care about these talking shows. We don't need dating coaches. Dudes that leave the country do not need dating coaches. All right. Many of the dating coaches are quitting. Understand this. Now, we're going to talk about hypocrisy real quick. And in this, I want you to remember this. All right. Remember this. All right. Remember this. The same women that was doing flips and cartwheels when this one woman got with this Caucasian man. All right. And there's two things about this that I want to bring to your attention. All right. Two things about this thing I want to bring to your attention. The first thing is when she got with him, she was earning way more money. She was earning way more money than him. But all the ABW said it doesn't matter. He got Caucasian skin. All right. If they get divorced, he get have her wealth. All right. She's probably not going to divorce him because she got that baby with good hair. And understand that in her eyes, complexion really, really matters. In her eyes, complexion really, really matters. Now, let's go on this trip. And I want y'all to notice something. When brothers get with anyone, we're not concerned about our hair or complexion. All right. I want y'all to understand that as a darker skinned man, especially here in the DR, all right, finding a woman here in the DR is difficult for a darker skinned man. All right. And I'm not going to lie to you about that. All right. I ain't capping. It ain't. It's just much more difficult. Now, there is somebody here that likes me. All right. And again, it's a lighter hued woman. But I had a neighbor, a Caucasian, older guy. He was staying next door to me, and he had a BAW every night. Well, not BAW. He had a BW every night, running in and out. Every night he was here. Was I mad? Nope. Already know what it is, right? But the other thing is, they still lose because when I leave, I could just not come back. And the blessings that I had for the community here, it just goes somewhere else where I am appreciated. All right. I did not realize how dark this country was. And when people were saying that the people from the DR is capped, I didn't understand until I got here that this is a greater than 90%. I'm going to go greater than 90% Afro community. All right. But it's an Afro community that look at dark-skinned men side eye, especially if you're foreign. All right. And this has been my experience. And when I'm not talking about if you want to pay to play, I'm talking about just relationship thing. Now, why doesn't that matter to me? The one thing this place is, there's a couple of things other things I don't like about it, right? And that thing with the women, I don't give a damn. All right. The one thing I don't like about it, right, but I can overlook it because of the gym facilities, right, is there's no place to go play basketball. There's not a track you can go run on. Everything is closed off here. For like the baseball teams, the soccer team, everything, there is no open field, at least in the areas that I'm in. I saw one hoop court, but I wouldn't play there because there's no fence to keep your ball in. So if you go to the other side and shoot, you better hope somebody is there to catch the ball before it goes off into the street. Oh, and it'll roll downhill. Y'all know what I mean? All right. But here's the thing. Regardless of that, brothers with passport can just like, okay, cool. And I wouldn't mind coming back here because the hotel staff we've been really, really cool. And most of them have husbands. I'm going to guess that the darker ones, well, I don't know. I seen them ring on a lot of them that have husbands are the lighter complexion one. And I don't know about the darker ones. I'll ask. I know that they have children. All right. And so now, and I wouldn't know if the women in the hotel would be able to holler at me. I know they're not because, I'm at this hotel. So I'm probably off limits to anybody that work here. However, we're all cool. We're all cool. Me and the whole work staff. So we're all cool. The brothers and the sisters, right? And everybody's a sister here. I think the boss might have been the lightest thing here. All right. So with that said, here's the thing. It doesn't bother me. It didn't bother me. Dude was getting busy. It just let me know what time it is. And I'm still having a ball because I don't need them. Understand that. And y'all know that I've been very relaxed here. And it's just been kind of chill, right? And so with that said, I'm not interested in changing my features. The dude was like, man, you shouldn't wear an afro. No, I'm wearing a fro or I keep my hair braided. My hair needs to be braided again, but I don't give a damn. I walk around the street like this because I don't care. Now my hair is clean and I wash it, but I mean the braids aren't really tight. I got loose ends, and I don't care. See, and this is the legacy of the men. Look at them. All right. And look at this brother. All right. And and the women are happy. Why do I bring this up? This picture right here. All right. I don't know if y'all have heard about this. All right. How many people heard about her bleaching her skin or using makeup, whatever it is? She's not happy with her color, whatever this is. Whatever this is, we don't know what was going on, in the home front. All right. What we do know is she's not proud to look like her father as far as her color. Now, keep in mind that when she was in her natural state with her beads, a lot of brothers wanted to get with her. Brothers like this woman. All right. And then I guess money mattered. Because for Afro men, when the B Dub get money, all of a sudden you have to have more money than them. Think about it. You have to have more money than them to be the head of your house. But a Caucasian man, the man she married, wasn't even near the more money than her. And she was okay with it. But not only was she okay with it, the rest of the BWs were okay with it. All right. A lot of brothers are leaving the DR. Brothers are leaving the DR because it's becoming a cash society. And if you know what I mean by cash, you need cash to get some. All right. They're not looking for a marriage. They're not looking for a relationship. They'll act like they are to try to holler at you to see if they can get some cash out of you. Right. And so a lot of brothers are leaving. Right. Hey, I'll still be here, brother. Backwoods Rider. I'll still be here. As a matter of fact, what part of the DR are you coming back to? I'm in Santo Domingo. All right. Now, what they say is Santiago and Santo Domingo. If you're looking for wife material, this is the place to find it. But it's still going to be a problem, and colorism is big here. Okay. About, right. And so, and that's their thing, is because the BW and the simps, because they're ashamed of themselves, so they capitulate. They get upset when you're not ashamed of yourself. However, once you leave the United States or any place that is not influenced by the United States, the DR is heavily influenced by the East Coast part of the United States, by the left leaning part of the United States. All right. And remember, it's an island. All right. So, with that said, right, um, and even some of the women that work here was telling me, you know, that's looking out for me. And see, that's the thing though. When you find people in these Latin places that look out for you, they really look out for you, like old school. Like the woman who tried to hook me up with somebody, it didn't work out, but she tried to hook me up with somebody, right? And it didn't work out again because I didn't drink. And the woman looked me all upside the head. And then the woman was like, "You didn't like her?" I was like, "No." She didn't. She, as soon as I told her I didn't have any beer because I don't drink, even though we went to the store to buy her some beer, she had a problem with me right after that. All right, why would I? I was like, of course it didn't work out. And she said, so you don't want to talk to her? I said, no. Now, the thing is, and I bet I'm if I was a betting man, I would bet money on this. The thing is that the whole time here, she was thinking that she's the prize, but she wasn't. And she had children, right? And so her friend, the lady, which is now my friend as well, um, what happened is she asked me, so you don't want to talk to her? I said, no. No, she asked me 2 days in a row, you don't want to talk to her? I said, no. So I bet you she talked to her and say, you know what? He hasn't called me. Why hasn't he called me? But I told her exactly why I didn't want to talk to her. I said, I don't want to talk to no woman that has a problem that I don't drink. And she's not the only one. All right. And so it's been a problem here. All right. And so, yeah, Carmen dated her. Now, here's the thing. This is going to blow your mind. When this came out, people went in on her. But guess who came to her defense? All right. When the people went in on her, the B Dub in droves came to her defense because you are just not allowed to call these things out. Hold on, let me see. Where do I have it? Hold on, let me see. It's going to act funny. All right. Hold on. Okay, I just messed something up. All right. So one of the things that's happening. Okay, let's do this. And then let's stop that screen. For some reason, I don't know. Okay, what's up? Okay. So let's see if I can get it. I want to show y'all this. All right. And the reason why I want to show y'all this, because I can show you better than I can tell you. Let's see if it popped up. Huh. Interesting. For some reason, okay, hold on for a second. For some reason, it won't let me present these screens. I want to show y'all what's really going on here. So let me do it this way. I'm going to do it this way. All right, and let me see if it presents now. Hold on, let me do one more thing. All right, let's see if it presents now. And so the other thing, and I'm gonna put it up here now that many of you are here. So my travel channel, okay, got it. Got it, got it, got it, got it. All right, I got it. All right, and this is from the Atlantic Star. The other reason that I'm here, because my hold on. So my I have a travel YouTube channel that's up. All right, and I'll shoot the link real quick. Here's the link to this channel, and if y'all are subscribed here, subscribe there, because all of my other videos, all of the videos that I'm doing right now are going to be the travel style videos. And you can go and look at the first two there. Okay, so here's the link. Be right back up here. You can go look at the first two there. There's the link, and you can go and subscribe there. And the reason why I'm putting that up, because that's going to include the footage of places like here. Like I'm going to show you around here. I'm going to show you what's been going on here. All right. Now, again, let me say this. It's not like, even with the colorism here, it is still easier to talk to a woman here than it is in the United States. Understand, everything I just said about the colorism is real. But even with that, it is still, your chances of finding a decent woman is still better here than in the United States. It's just not as is just not as good as in Colombia, Venezuela. Venezuela is very good. Brazil, the Philippines, and Thailand. All right. So I want y'all to understand that. All right. So, yeah, she turned him down. She turned down Carmen. Yes. Who had more wealth than, again. And now when you look at it, right, I want you to look at how the B-dub was like, leave her alone. What's up, King Groove? Who else popped in here? All right. They're like, backwoods rider. Okay, you was here. Ah, okay. Now, here's the thing. That's the thing too. And a backwoods rider, if you can come and speak to that area in a minute, um, when I send the link, I'm gonna send the link. I only want backwoods rider to come first, right? And then I'll let everybody else come in after him. All right, when I'm done. All right, but the reason being is now Santo Domingo will have the most people, but when you go to smaller places, they'll have the better chance. Okay, because they have not been influenced by the um, the tourism coming from the U.S. All right, period. Their mentality, you're going to have the same small town mentality that you have, as in small town mentality. Okay, a backwoods rider, would you be able to come on if I sent you the link? If I sent the link up, because I want to hear your take on this. All right, but in the meantime, let's get to this now. Okay, now here is the thing. There is something going on, right? And the fans, the women, are saying, leave her alone. All right. Now, here's the thing. She looked like she looked like she did the same thing that the Africans did. Here's the problem with these photos. All right. Here is the problem with these photos. The problem with these photos are that once you go here, once you do this act, once you bleach your skin, all right, once you do this, all right, it's done. Understand, is once you put it out there, like, okay, look at the new me, like the women that get the BBLs. The one thing about bleaching and stuff, and you can tell, is bleaching and makeup. And I'm gonna give you a couple of giveaways. All right, gone are the beads. All right, gone are the beads. The beads are gone. In place of the beads, what you have is you have the weave and you have the skin change. Now, one of the things that I want to just bring to your attention, you have something else going on here. Now, Serena Williams turns heads as she shared an image of herself, which her face is noticeably lighter than her natural skin color. But when accusations of skin bleaching began popping up online, her fans immediately showed up and started bursting bubbles. They didn't burst bubbles, all right, because they are in attack mode simply because she's a BW that married a Caucasian man. And so these women will defend that to the utmost. And the brothers had no problem with it. The only time this became a problem is when these women then start calling us words and names because we decided we wanted marriageable material, and it was better to leave the country to get it or leave the so-called Black community to get it. And so then they had a problem with that. But not only did they not have a problem with this, but they jumped all over it. All right. In the now deleted image, now let me show you something. In the now deleted image, the tennis champion originally posted May 6th. Williams is seated in a gray outdoor chair wearing a black sweatshirt, dressed in sexy red heel sandals, while her wardrobe styling and setting were on point. All right. It was her considerably lighter skin tone that caught the public eye. All right. So self-love, self-hate. All right, you got these conversations going on. But the only time they accuse women of that is never. The self-hate, they always hurl that thing, oh, you don't like yourself. Your mama was black. When an Afro man gets with a suitable woman, that's not them. You know, like a woman with no children. All right. And so somebody just made this quote, and then you can see her leg. All right. And I wonder if y'all can get a good gander at that picture. Look at her leg. Now, here's another. Hey, what's up, young boy 24? All right. Here's another telltale thing. Yeah, exactly. Who's that? All right, here's another telltale thing. All right. When we go and we're looking at these, right? When we're looking at these pictures and stuff like that, the other telltale thing is the black sweatshirt. All right. The thing is, they wear a lot of long sleeve shirts and stuff to protect them from the sun, because the bleaching cream destroys their melanin and destroys the protection that melanin gives them from the sun. So then, to become Caucasian, they could get sunburned just like Caucasian, only worse. Because the chemicals that they use to destroy their melanin from protecting them also makes things worse with the sun. What's up, David? What's up, David? Okay. And so and so there you have it. Hold on. Let me see. I'll do this. All right, I'll do this for the enlarged photo part. All right. Now, keep in mind, all the Afro men really had a thing for her. All right, the Afro men did, but she didn't want them. She got to where she was in tennis because of her father, who got beat up, who went through hell and stuff. But yeah, that's how she got to where she was. All right, understand that. But does that matter to them? No. What's the great comeback? Your mama's black, right? But at no point did they say her daddy was black. even though he got his teeth knocked out so that she could be where she was. And still, the B-dubs in that family gave him hell. I want y'all to understand that. All right. So these people, a lot of these people have had a problem with people calling out the hypocrisy on every end. Hold on for a second. Okay, on every end. So that when you did look at this, when you looked at this, there was just that issue there. That we as Afro men just wasn't allowed to speak about. You couldn't call this mess out. You couldn't say anything about it. You couldn't call out hypocrisy. All right. Again, my channel, don't forget, subscribe to this channel right here. And I'll repost it up when we get ready to go. All right, let me see if Backwoods Rider. Yeah, I know you are. Like I said, you and okay. So let me send Backwoods Rider this link. All right, I only want for the moment just Backwoods Rider to come on. All right. All right, so hey, it's there at the bottom, Backwoods Rider, and we'll talk about the other possibilities for the DR. Okay, and so I really had a thing. Yeah, Sammy Sosa, that comes to mind, and so it's bad when you go home and you feel like you need to bleach your skin. All right. And this is sad. And I ain't gonna lie. And I know some of y'all be lying, but I had a thing for Serena and Venus. Right? And Venus. Right? I was like, okay, yeah. Hey, what's up, Roger Spice? Okay. I had a thing for the both of them. I thought they were fine, right? And so she'll forever be off limits. Because once you bring a Caucasian child in, that's up to that community to raise them. All right. And okay, I see you, Backwoods Rider. Let me bring you on in a hot sec. Okay. Go through the rest of these. All right. And so therein lies the issue. All right. And I'm going to do one other thing real quick. Oh, don't forget my PayPal me and Cash App is in the description box. So if you want to help me with what I do for the children, it's in the description box. All right. And thank you, Roger Spice. All right. Y'all the only reason I remembered that. Okay. Yes. We are. Come on. Not only smash, we would have taken her as a wife. But see, that's the point. And here's that picture blown up. All right. We would have taken her as a wife. All right. Because many of us thought that she was attractive. All right. So we got Backwoods Rider. Man, this is your first time up in here, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So we got Backwoods Rider up here. And so talk about the place now let me just say this. The other thing I like Hold on, let me say this real quick. The other thing I like about the DR is it vastly, because of talking to these women here, and even my feeble attempts at trying to find somebody just to go out with and see the area. They didn't even want to do that, right? They were just looking for a quid pro quo. But I mean, it is what it is. But there's a different experience here with this brother here. Go ahead, brother. Flow is yours. Backwards riding.
Okay, trying to figure it out.
All you gotta do is speak. We see you, and they
Okay.
hear you.
Uh, hey, how y'all doing this evening, brother? Um, okay. This is my first time on something like this.
Well, just speak normally. I mean, because this
Okay.
is a conversation we have here. No fancy stuff. Talk like you, and we listening because they want to hear, and you got information I don't hear. I'm only speaking to my experience, right?
All right.
But you have an experience in a smaller town here. How close is it? First of all, how close is it to Santo Domingo?
Well,
How close is the area you're coming
yes,
to?
that she said it's
Can you
about 2 hours away
driving or flying? Driving,
driving.
a bus. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, that works.
It's an hour, about less than an hour away from Punta Cana,
Okay,
and it sits about an hour and a half from the airport.
okay,
So, and just talk about small town. It is. I like it.
and therein
Um,
lies the difference.
the people I met there, they was real friendly, and just going around town, a lot of people helped me out because I'm not too good with Spanish, and he helped me. And the cab I had, the cab driver, he was
Right.
the main guy with me.
Okay.
And
Now, so okay, so a lot of people helped you out. And so how did you meet, and what is the likelihood, and where did you meet, and what's the likelihood that brothers can find success?
um, I met my lady 7 years ago online, really, and we kept back and forth. And after my heart attack, I decided to travel to go see her, and we hit it off perfect. So, uh, and when I went to the Punta Cana for my trip, I went to see. Well, she came to me, and then I went to go see her in her town,
Mhm.
and it was it was. She asked me how did I feel about walking around town. I said the people made me actually want to move there,
Okay.
and I got two feedback, so I'm waiting on one to finish. Um, so she took me to a grocery store, and the good part about the grocery store, the ladies in there and the older fellas, they will help you out.
Right.
They'll show you if you didn't have nothing. Well, you couldn't understand something. They will trans do the best to translate to help you out to find what you're looking for. Um,
Mhm. Hold
they
on for a
live
second. Let me say
cantinas
this real quick.
type stores. They
Okay. Hold on for a second.
they
Hold
are
on for a
real
second, real
nice.
quick. Hold on for a second, real
Always
quick.
got you a spot to go sit, talk, and fellowship with
Oi,
people.
amigo. Eu, eu fazendo um vídeo ao vivo agora. Ah,
Okay.
eu falo com você depois. Tá bom? All right. Ciao. All right, I'm back. That was one of my brothers from Brazil. All right. So y'all met online.
Yes.
All right, hold on. I want brothers to understand this real quick. This dude went to a place meeting somebody after a heart attack, and what sister going to talk to the dude that just had a health issue,
Oh.
right?
Uh-huh.
And so that's what I said. These women look at dudes for their ability to think, give structure, and take care of them. And B Dubs look at you for aesthetics only.
And
So go ahead, bro.
she she pushed me to really get healthy, get back on my feet, and to come out to enjoy myself with her.
All right. So where are some of the places you went? Um, so do you ever come to Santo Domingo, or does she come to these places, Santo Domingo, or is it to the beaches? I know everybody goes to the beach.
Well, we we're gonna take a trip down there when I go back this time. Um, we did Punta Cana. We're gonna go to Puerto Plata because that's the first place I ever been. And I told the fella I was
Ah,
gonna come back because I
ah,
love it out there. Oh, that I told him that's my second home there.
uh-huh.
Um,
And and see, this is what I was saying. Even without like being able to find a woman, I like it here. It hasn't rained here at all. I'm just waiting for the rain to hit, and it's not
that
been no rain. It's just
that's
been
what I want to
sunny.
get. I want to see one of the rain. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, man, I don't know. What's up, God's child? It just haven't rained. And so basically, yeah, hey, we could have a fish fry. Because I've been
hey,
cooking. Hey, look, brother, I've been cooking for the hotel. Because you know, it's cheaper to buy food, right? But
yes, it
when
is.
I buy food,
Yes,
when I buy the food, right, fish is expensive. But when I buy the food, I don't I buy like stuff. Well, if I make fruit smoothies, the ices and stuff like that, it's too much for me by myself. So like in Brazil, we share everything. We
yeah,
get little
yeah.
cups, we share everything. So I started doing that here, and at first they were shocked. And I was like, we don't let nothing. I had that mentality before Brazil, but it's one of the reasons I felt at home in Brazil, right? And so I fit in.
But
Yeah.
well, I bought for her family, and it was I mean, by the price of what I spent, I was like, dang, that's like 90's price for me back then. So
Mhm.
it's I like it.
Um, hold on, let me correct this real quick. Okay, tenemos, uh,
All right.
tenemos que nos familiarizar con. Okay, that's correct. Okay, I just wanted to make sure he used the right root for his verb. Okay, all right. So, well, you wouldn't. We. Okay, yeah, that's appropriate. We, if you're talking about me and you. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're learning, bro. So yeah, yeah, that'll be a thing. So here's the thing. What's up, Crypto Dynasty? Um, and so, brothers, this is what I'm saying, right? And so things are alive here, right? Things, things there's more than one reason to leave. And like I like it here in that the fact that I have found friendly people here in a way that I would not have found at home. all in the United States. And let me tell you what I mean by friendly. In the United States, I get dudes asking me to join them in some I'm not joining anybody anymore. And I'm looking at people, if you're not part of the watch group, all right, now this is where the watches come into play. If you're not part of the watch group, I'm not going to be interested in joining any venture with any brother because I'm tired of people stealing from me or stealing my time. And my time is valuable now. Maybe not to me, but to the people, to the children I deal with, to the communities I deal with, because now I got the adults in those communities that's helping me distribute these balls around, or at least telling me who needs it the most, who needs these soccer balls the most, these dolls and stuff. When I go to Palenque and take these black baby dolls down there and stuff like that. Because it helps the image of the girls and help them to be proud of their skin color. All right, because them women didn't want them Caucasian dolls. White people would go down there and want to give their daughters Caucasian dolls, and they were upset about that. But it's hard to find Afro dolls with Afro hair. They're not making them, and there's a reason for that. And if they do make them, it's prohibitively expensive. Why? And hold on, let me say this. Not only is it very expensive, but if you try to sell it back, it is less worth than the white dolls that were cheaper to buy. Understand that. So is there an agenda? Yes. They want to destroy the image so that the young so-called black girls would be so ashamed of their complexion through imagery. Yeah, it's Tenemos. Yeah, it's Tenemos. Yeah. I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at make sure he didn't conjugate the other verb. Okay. So Tenemos gets conjugated, the other verb gets in its regular form. But anyway, and so that's the thing. And so what did you notice here as far as the color thing? The colorism here in the DR, brother.
To me, the most people I met enjoyed pretty much my shade. They enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. My fiance, she's just a shade lighter than me, right. And her family, they my complexion, and right. Just walking around, they knew I wasn't from there, and they asked me about where I was from. That's the main thing I kept getting. So,
right.
Yeah. Okay. It almost was like Jamaica. When I went to the small town over there, it was, hey, how is it? Where you from? How your city? How big is it? And I told him, I said, I'm from Birmingham. It's about the same size. Well, a little smaller, but right. That's all.
Well, I will say this. It'll be a nice bus trip.
Oh yeah, you'll like that.
It's a nice bus. Now, here is the thing, y'all. Let me tell you this. The other thing is, everywhere I go, I walk. Right? And it's a nice place to walk. And so here's the thing. When women aren't your focus, you start noticing a lot of other things that you wouldn't notice with them being your focus. Yeah, you're right with Temos. It's because yes. Yeah, it's Tang. What's a Tang? It's Tango, Tang, Tamos. And so it's easier conjugation than in and it's Tano. and then in Spanish, except all the G's in Portuguese is H's in Spanish. So that's a flip. All right. And so basically, so that's the other thing I noticed too, that yeah, I like when you take scenic routes, it's just because again, it's an island. So here's the plus for the island, right? When you dismiss the women and just travel and go and like I love walking here. Like during the day, I like the long walk. I take a long walk to the grocery store,
Mhm.
right? I
Yeah.
take a long walk. I there's one around the corner, but I only go there when I want to get some stuff that's frozen, right? Or if I want to get broccoli and mushrooms, right? But I like for all the rest of the stuff, I like walking to the faraway grocery store. Now, here's the other thing. The brothers still have a better chance at finding someone here in the DR than the United States.
Oh yeah.
All right. All right. Here, what I'm saying is when I'm comparing the DR, your ability to find a mate here in the DR, I'm comparing it to Brazil, Colombia, the Philippines, and Thailand. All right. And I'm giving you the reasons that I've run across, minus the woman that had a man that was trying to sneak behind his back but got caught.
Mhm.
All right. Because I asked everybody, are you single? Soltera. Tienes soltera. You know, oh, sí. Tienes solteras. You know, and oh, sí, sí, sí. No, no, they're not. All right. So, and that's a lot of things. A lot of these women say they're single and they got boyfriends, maybe a few.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're right
And
about that.
so and so or a lot of them are just running game because they're looking it's a hustle, they're running the hustle game. All right, but if you just like not give a damn and just it's nice, it's I've been relaxed here, right? I've been relaxed here, I've been chilling here,
Mhm.
um and it's a nice view. I showed you some of the footage that I did with my drone and stuff. Now, a lot of that, all right, is going to be on my travel channel. Uh,
Okay.
um, all right. So, and it's not a travel channel in a sense. I'm gonna just be walking around. It's going to be the Exodus channel, basically. All right. And for y'all, travel channel is code for Exodus channel. I'm just saying. So for brothers that can Exodus, right? We're going that it's going to deal with passports, but it's going to who should go, all right, what you should go to, when, now, where, anywhere but the US. But I'm recommend, but there's going to be recommended recommendations based on what you like, this, that, and the other. All right, and that those recommendations are what you're going to give yourself. Um, and how we're going to discuss the how. Like when I itemize what it should cost you to go to Brazil back then. And so we'll do those itemizations and stuff like that. So I'm not going to walk around the beach and tell you about the females and how easy it is and stuff like that, because it ain't easy. It's only easy if you're throwing cash at them, right? Now
Right.
it's a little harder. It's a little harder. You're going to have to put in a lot more work, and you're going to have to search through a lot of stuff and be aware of a lot of the game everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, right? And so and it's different. Now the small areas and it's the same old story. It's the same old story in big towns, big cities. Is what I'm getting. But when you venture out in the small towns, but here's the other thing. Again, this is an island. right? And my Spanish has been helped significantly, even at these failed attempts, right? But I wouldn't change it for the world. And who knows? I'm gonna be down here another month. I might meet somebody here, right? And I know for sure two people kind of are interested, and one might be permitted to, but I'm gonna just leave that there, right?
Well,
And
I will be there a month, so you got to invite to where I'm at.
shoot, I'm gonna invite y'all here, man, so we can do a fish fry, man. I've been hooking it up.
That's right.
I've been hooking it up, bruh. And so y'all kind of seen. I showed most of y'all this hotel room. It's an apartment. It's an apartment with an overflow pool up on the roof and stuff. I was like,
Okay.
and I've been getting in shape. I've been getting in shape. I'm gonna let y'all know.
Yes,
All right.
yes, yes.
Oh, make sure y'all get them thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Now, let me point something else out. Right? Another thing is, all right, even in Brazil, right? And I'm gonna talk about this video right here, parts of it is going up on the other channel. All right. How we met, right? So it's going up on the other channel. But even here, again, I keep saying it. Even in Brazil, all right, I keep saying it. What do y'all notice? Y'all notice that my dark self, that's what I ended up with in Brazil. All right. And had it not been for her church, we would still be together. Seriously together, too. Had it not been for her church. And the downside is it wasn't even Pentecostal. It was the Pentecostal. You know what time it is, bro.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
hold it. And look, I used to be a pastor and a preacher, and my license came from the PAW, Pentecostal Assemblies of the World. So I knew what it was, right? I was trying to break people out of that mentality, and even I left it alone when I said, "Man, this is just total BS brainwashing." I thought, we was going to get get deep down and really understand. No, nope. It's about control, right? And I was like, commandments. I was preaching the commandments, and I was amazed at how much of the Bible people didn't know. In the commandments, I'm talking about the Old Testament. I'm talking about the real Bible, not the fake ones the Romans wrote, right? Not the white Jesus that they gave everybody to believe in. That's really the Roman papacy. Okay. All right, and stuff is we are children of the commandments. We are children of the book, as they say. All right. In college, I learned that. While I was in the army, I was doing part-time in college, and I had a Jewish teacher, and these Pentecostal women, again, we were introducing ourselves and like stuff about our spiritual belief, and I was like, yeah, Hebrew, and the black women, long dress Pentecostal, started going in, trying to go in, and that my Jewish professor shut them down. He said he's a child of the book, and I was like, what? All right. Now he knew that from a conversation we was having outside about some things that I did and did not do, this, that, and the other. But he referred to me as he is one of the people of the book. Now, understand, we are all Afro that was in
Yeah.
this little thing. But this is what he recognized. He recognized that I knew exactly who I was, right? And when I said I'm Hebrew, I didn't say Israel. I said Hebrew. He said he's a child of the book. He's a child of the commandments. He's a child of the Most High. He didn't say Most High, but when he said he's a child of the book, when they say the book, they mean the Torah. They don't call themselves the children of the Torah. The Jewish people do not call themselves the children of the Torah, but the Afro people that recognize who they are, they will call them the children of the book. All right. And so here's the thing, where I am, a crypto dynasty, where I am in Santo Domingo is outside of the tourist area. I'm not by any of the beaches. I'm downtown, right? If I wanted to, I could walk. It's a long walk though. But it's just I get up in the morning and walk all the way down to the center of town where Christopher Columbus landed, and this is a walk. It's yeah, that's Mimi. It's like 3 or 4 mile walk, 3 or 4 kilometers. I don't know. But I was just walking like looking at everything and stuff. I wasn't walking as a tourist, but I was walking as a tourist. You know what I mean? I was walking straight, but I was noticing everything. I wasn't, but I know where all the car rental places are. I know about how much it's like 60 to 65, maybe $55 a day to rent a car, right? I wouldn't do it. I would do Uber here. Okay. All right. So my PayPal me, don't forget again, my PayPal and Cash App is in the description box. But remember, you take care of yourself and family first before you give anything to anybody. We're supposed to be a good steward over our money. All right. That's one of the things we need to do. All right. And so when we deal with this, now, one of the things I wanted to show y'all is me and all the rest of the brothers that you've seen in here. All right, and we're going to flash back through here, right? I want you to look at the women that we ended up with, and I will bet you money that when we went to places or before we went, we were looking for the darkest hue because we are attracted to that. But when we start seeing that femininity, that shape, and that came at us, all right, and it was over. All the big bootyness, deliciousness, stuff didn't matter. You know, it didn't matter. We was like, and I will say this. All right, I will say this. Every day, Mimi's mom say hi to me, and so she makes sure that
You didn't
nothing
get that
is
look like I got the look, did you?
no, Mimi's mom know what's up. They also know what kind of man I am. So I don't really have a problem. When I go over there, and if they need something, I'm gonna get it for them. All right, because it's like this. I will always in Brazil. I will always have a place to stay. If something goes down, I will always have a place. Right? There's a bunch of houses I can go over and settle down. Even in a favela, if the police come in and start rat-a-tat, tat, 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 I can go over to any of those children's house that that I be playing the games with, that I give the soccer balls to, because I'm friends with their grandma, with the brothers and stuff like that. Even I wouldn't go with the gangsters, because their house is probably the one that's being busted in on. But even they would watch my back, right, and stuff like that. A lot of the elders there, they would look out for me. All right, but when we in this, in the other video, that video will probably be up tomorrow. So I got a few videos going up on that channel. All right. That channel is completely severed from these channels here. All right. And so that's why it starts with RN and not reluctant right? And so basically the footage and the things that I've noticed, and we're going to deal with the cost of things, the true cost, right? And so basically, people have been giving you just an effed up cost of things because they don't know how to talk about cost. And this is what I mean by this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these dudes be like, oh, well, the exchange rate for the DR is 55 pesos to $1. So that's good. It's not good. All right. Stuff costs a lot here because when I go, I'm going to show you this. This is their version of Frosted Flakes. So when I go to Brazil, when I go here, I buy their version of stuff because there are things that the US allow in their food that they don't allow in their food, right? So there are certain dyes and stuff that the US allow that is banned other places, right? So this bag and the other bag was like 192 pesos. So make it 200 pesos. Do y'all know how much 200 pesos is? All right, that's $4. All right, so those were each $4. Now, how I make out is I haven't been to a restaurant since I've been here because I don't need to go. As a matter of fact, my apartment has been the restaurant.
Yeah,
For them,
that's nice.
for them freezies, everybody sampled my food and stuff like that. All right. So what am I saying? I am saying simply this, that when you want to compare stuff, look at stuff that you have to buy in the United States. All right. Like a box of Frosted Flakes, the large box of Frosted Flakes. It is $4 in the US. You can get it at Walmart for maybe $3.50, $3.90 something.
Yeah.
The giant box of Frosted Flakes, right? That same thing is $8 to $10 here.
Mm.
All right. All right. Well, how do you get that? Is 400 pesos here. It's 500 pesos here. All right. So 500 pesos, that's $10. All right. Anything over 550, just call it $10. All right. That's how you know. That's how you do your money. You look at what you like and see what's comparable. I like to use a bottle of Coke. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you, brother. You'll watch, brother, anyway. Um, um, and so when you look at it, when you look at this, use a bottle of Coke, a 20-ounce bottle of Coke. Why do you want to use a 20-ounce bottle of Coke? Because you want to see what the real price is. So what is a 20-ounce bottle of Coke worth in the US? Is $2.25, right? In some place higher. All right. So if you go into Walmart or if you go into a convenience store, what are you going that like a regular convenience store, or let's say Walmart in the free a Coke that's in a refrigerated Coke, right? It is $2.25 to something, right? And so when you look here and see what a bottle of Coke is, if it's over 50 pesos. All right. If it's over 50 pesos, 50 pesos is $1. All right. If it's over there, but under 100 pesos, right? Then your dollar, then the dollar is worth more in that country. And you can pretty much figure out the items or the type of items your dollar is going to be worth more on. It's not going to be any stuff that's imported here, like cereal. Any of the imported stuff that's name brand US, with the exception of soft drinks, and this is why I use soft drinks, will tell you what how much stuff is. Now, this is why I would recommend you buy the local food. Even it would even be better to go to a restaurant than to spend $10 on a box of cereal. Right? The problem with the restaurants here is the taxes, but they're still going to be come out cheaper than name brand food from the US. All right. And so that's basically it. That's how you should do your money in any country. If it's bahts in Thailand, it's pesos in the Philippines, pesos in Colombia. It is the reais in Brazil. In Europe is the euro, right? And you go in there and see what the dollar value is, and then you see how much a Coke is, and that'll tell you pretty much how much the whether your dollar is going to stretch in that country or not. All right, on their stuff. It's not going to stretch if you buy Americanized stuff, right? But if you go to Colombia and buy the Colombian version of Frosted Flake, is way cheaper than even buying Frosted Flakes in the United States. All right, and their regular food that you have to cook is way cheaper. All
But
right.
Nabi, I know when I was there in the DR, my rule was
Mhm.
I got $200,
Right.
200 American dollars, which they transfer into pesos. And that right there actually went way farther than I thought it would have. So it is
Mm-hmm.
good to go with 200 and then go from there. You probably won't even need nothing else
All
while
right, and
you there.
right. Let me say this. I'm gonna tell you what I spent. All right. When I looked at my credit card statement. All right. I went and got 5,000 pesos out of the bank. That's $90. All right. Most of that went to tips.
Okay.
All right. Most of that went to tips, and people I saw in the street. Okay. And so and it was basically baggers that I tipped. Um, and people I saw in the street,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so that's where most of that money went to. And I still haven't used all that money. Okay.
Yeah.
Now my grocery bill, understand, I'm feeding myself, people here that about everybody that works that cleans the apartments out have had some of my food right here. All right. When I make smoothies, everybody's had some. All right. Everybody had a cup. All right. To include the cups that I bought from the store. Right. And so when you look at that, all the stuff
Mm.
that I shared. So when I went and looked at my credit card for the month, right? On my credit card statement from the store, I spent $100 in groceries. Now, keep in mind, That $100 that I spent, all right, I want y'all to understand this. When you keep in mind the $100 that I spent, I still have the food still. Y'all saw the cereal, so I still have that. Still have the milk. My freezer is full of fish here on the side. They gave me more ice because they want me to make some more smoothies. All right, dude, I've been getting my cooking chops up, my chef chops up. I showed y'all my chef knives, right? Look, so I came down here
Yeah.
when I saw this apartment complex, right? I came down here. Look, I came down here ready. I came down here ready. I was like, oh, we're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna do some stuff. A gas stove too. I saw it was a gas stove.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
oh man. Oh, what you saying? What you saying? What you saying? Look, I broke out my stuff. I was like, it's a gas stove. Look, I done broke out my stuff. I done broke out my Japanese skill. I was like, oh, we about to go. We about to do some stuff here, man. And so, yeah, I've been having fun. I've been having fun. Now, the other thing about it is the dude really could not understand. All right. I told you about the dude that I was getting into it. He couldn't really understand why I don't drink. He couldn't understand why I do stuff for children. He couldn't understand why I was spending my money on other communities. All right. This dude ain't never shared nothing with anybody in his life. Right. And so, and now he's not happy because he was cussing out people for not giving him his coat right, and he couldn't even speak Spanish. And he's married to a Dominican for years and didn't bother to learn Spanish. Now he taught her English, or he's trying to improve her English, right? And she's kind of quasi famous here. But the thing is, I was like, dude, how you say I'm not trying to get involved with the culture and you didn't even try to learn a language?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Not only I probably know where more stuff is than he does. It's just that it's not tourist spots that I know. Like if you want to know where to go get, if you come down here and you want to know where to go rent a car, I know where to take you. I could take you. I could walk you to where you need to go to rent a car. There's a couple of spots where you can rent a car, and I could walk you to these spots, right? Because I know where they are because I walk around here. You see what I'm saying? I know parts of the streets that other people never get to see because I
Yeah.
walk around here. So I know the crevices and corner, like the broom knows the corner that you sweep.
Yeah.
All right. And so this is what I like to do. Right. And so I know the banks to go to, right? I know this. Here's the other thing. Here's why a credit card is important, right? And we'll
Mm-hmm.
talk about this in detail. If y'all want to come here, we'll talk about this in detail. I could rent a car in Brazil too, and every once in a while we'll do a live where we will do stuff and do a cost analysis. Right, that's why y'all need to subscribe to that channel. We'll do a cost analysis about each of the places that I've gone to of the big three. All right, it'll be here because I really know stuff here, right? Better than a lot of people that's been here for a while because I walk everywhere.
Yeah.
And because I
Yeah.
walk everywhere, um, everybody has had a problem with Uber, even people that live here, right? Guess who hasn't had a problem with Uber? I haven't had a single issue with Uber. When you look in, when you look at other people's videos about Uber here in the DR, and I almost didn't want to come here because of their stories, but you know me, I had to see for myself, right? But in doing that, now I'm glad they put up their experience, because in doing that, what I did was I looked in and I said to myself, there has to be a way to mitigate this thing with Uber. And so that's what I did. I mitigated the issue. Okay. And so the dude was he's a Biden supporter. And everything from the pedal ring to the laptop, he support all that. He didn't even want to see what was I have some of the stuff that was on the laptop. You know, some of it I put up on TikTok and TikTok banned it. It's that bad. Okay. And so this is a dude that didn't want to know that information.
Hmm.
All right. And he was mad that I said Trump was clean. All right. That it's a witch hunt. He was mad I said that. But he wasn't angry that there's stuff that dealing with children and stuff that's alleged that the FBI didn't look into. All this criminal activity of the most heinous type, the FBI didn't look into from the Democrats, and that tells you that the country is really effed up. All right, that's why I left the country. Right? Well, not every. Here's the thing: a lot of brothers are saying, brothers who like children and brothers who are who see that the Afro family is really effed up. They like Trump. They don't like Biden. They see that we're heading into World War III with the mess that Poland is talking about doing, like joining Ukraine, right? And so, and these banks failing at the same time. Everything, the whole world is going into hell in a handbasket, and it started with this place. Well, not this place, but with the U.S., right? And so, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Things are going to get really, really, really bad. Things are going to get really, really bad before they get better. All right. And so, basically, um, basically, when you look at this, but some brothers have a way out now, like this brother here. Shoot, your wife is your way out, or she'll be your wife.
That's right.
You
That
see
is
what I mean?
right.
That's his way out. Me, I could retire to anywhere. That's my way out. All right. I'm good at learning. I'm good at learning languages. That's my way out. All right. And so, um, and with that said, I can be uh, um, a help to many. Okay, I could be a help to many, and so and that's the thing. I could be a real help to many, and so I'm not even thinking about it. All right, and so that's what I do. That's my way out. Here's the thing: if people didn't make plans financially, this, that, and the other, all right, it's going to be a rough go. It's going to be a really, really rough go. All right, and so it. I mean, what can be done? What can be? What you going to do? And that's the thing. And so that's why I make this. We're going to talk about planes, trains, automobiles, how to get around. All right, cheaper. And I'm gonna put it out there again. All right, remember, this is a spiritual exodus, and so that's why I talk about being good stewards over your money, over your income, being good stewards. That's why I talk
Mhm.
about this, being good stewards. This is why I say, yeah, I could use your help, but it's better. You need to take care of yourself and family first, and then from out of your abundance you give, because that's scripture. That's scripture. Okay. And so that's basically what it is. All right. It's scripture that you do that. All right. And so a lot of people, um, they're not understanding. They're not understanding. It's scripture that you do that. All right. You put yourself in a position that when stuff hit the fan, not only that you go, but that you have built a community so that you don't be like, hey, I need to come here. You build a community, you built a network. All right. Here's the thing. I don't want to know any of the dudes that just make videos and go to another place and make videos and stuff like that. Just showing you some females on the beach. Right. I'm tired of dudes putting up them Salsua videos, um, uh, showing you the back of somebody's behind, and that's all they got. That's all they got to show you, right? They have nothing else to tell you about the place. I'm gonna do my walk around, right? All right. Now, if you're walking around saying some stuff, okay, I get that. But if you're walking around like, oh, look at this. Oh yeah, these are queens. Ain't no queens. Ain't no queens. What king made them queen? That's a question we need to start asking. What king made you a queen? All right. No, I don't do that. I don't do that worships mess. Now, when we get into this, right? And as I was saying, there is a great deal of shame with the BAW when it comes to this color thing. All right. There's a great deal of shame that they're dealing with, right? And it's like the Kevin Samuels video said, where he's talking with T.I. and he's telling them that the issue is that the BAW, they're not looking for a man to make them happy. They're looking to see how they confront on their friend. If you look at all these dudes, right? Take a look at them. None of us are ashamed of ourselves. Okay. And that's what's going down. What's going down is the big hypocrisy. The real self-hate is not amongst the brothers, because we're not changing our complexion. We're not changing our hairstyles. As a matter of fact, we in our own hairstyles are remaining ethnically Afro. All right. And we got them changing this. We got those women changing to be what we want.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, they
All right.
will.
And so they are following our lead. Look at it. Look at us here. The women are following us, right? And so, and that's what they do. So when you see the BW with weave, they don't want to follow the Afro man. They all want the Caucasian man, but unfortunately, he's not gunning for them like that. Not in mass. When they come into money, then he goes after them. Think about this. This man from Reddit went after her because of her what? Worth, net worth. None of them Caucasian men was looking at her. When she came out with the so-called cat suit, brothers was like, that was a big video I had out there. The cat suit, right? Brothers was looking at her, right? Caucasian men didn't really pay her no attention till she had money. Let that sink in.
Mm.
All right. And if you look at us, we go jump in water. All right. We don't care. Right. It's not us brothers with the issue. It never was us brothers with the issue. All right. And you got the B dub that will defend this to the end. But it's the same B dubs. Now I want y'all to understand this. It's the same B dubs that rejoiced over the death of Kevin Samuels. I want y'all
Mm.
to understand that.
Well, right now, I'm in an argument on why am I going and picking a woman in another country. I said, well, you had your chance. You blew it.
Uh-huh. And it ain't even an argument. You shouldn't even. We should. They should, brothers. Again, we should just be silent. They're not worth the argument. Okay. No, this is. I'm gonna go against this recommendation. Do not. You don't need the converter app. Okay. The prices of. You're right. The prices change daily. All right. Okay. So what you do before, and you don't need to worry about it like that. Do you know the only time I look at and see and start gauging what the Dominican peso is going to be worth is when I'm getting ready to go get some Dominican pesos.
That's it.
Or I'm about to go shopping real big for food or whatever I do. Or restaurants, get ready to go to the restaurant. That's the only time when you're going to spend money. All right, then you go check real quick and go into Google and say, I want to convert $1 to Dominican pesos. I want to convert $1 to Brazilian reais. And it'll give you the conversion rate for that day.
Mm.
All right. And you do that on the day that you want to spend or get some Dominican pesos. All right. It is really that simple. And in it, it'll say $1. Okay. And so right under, I will put what the bank, so the bank, what do you, it give you, I forget what you call it. You can get, what is it? 500 pesos, the limit, the limit, 500 pesos, 1,000 pesos, 2,000 pesos, 5,000 pesos, right? Like that, right? And so what you do is take 100 pesos and just see what that is. It might go down as low as 100 pesos, right? 100, 500, but whatever the range that they give you, right? And just put in what is 100 pesos, and you'll see, what that is, or in dollars, right? Or put down 5,000 pesos. That's how I knew it was $90. All right. Plus the bank fee, which is going to be 300 pesos. So if the bank fee is 300 pesos, about how many dollars roughly is that? Because like it was 55, the peso, $1 to 55 pesos, right? And so basically that's roughly going to be $90. So I'll show you what that looks like. Dollar to Dominican peso exchange rate.
Yeah.
$1 equals 54 Dominican pesos and 84 centavos.
Okay, now in doing this, all right, so y'all see this. Oops, wrong thing. All right, y'all see this, right? All right, you see the dollar at the top, right? So down there at the bottom, I know that the bank, let's see, with 5,000. All right, and so this is the exchange, right? That's the exchange. All right, and so basically, when you're looking on here, all right, and you see what that is. So we're going to go to this part right here, right down there, and I'm going to put in 5,000. All right, so I put in 5,000 Dominican pesos, and as you see, it is $91. Now, put in 5,300 because that's the bank fee here in the DR. That's the bank fee if you do it from a bank. It's going to be $96 to get 5,000 pesos. All right, it's going to be $96 to get 5,000 pesos. Now, let me tell you what else about not running across a woman here. I still got a lot of pesos left over, and I only been to the bank once. So unlike the rest of these dudes that come down here and they'll tell you they used up a lot of money, they'll say, "Ooh, you get with these women, you'll spend a lot of money." I don't want no women like that. If you think about it, they say, "Ooh, these women are so good, they'll have you spending a lot of money on them." I don't want a woman like that. How you spending a lot of money on them? That don't sound like a good woman to me. All right. So hold on. But does I still got like 1,000? I still got like 1,700 pesos left from all the tipping I did and stuff like that. The food I bought, some of the food I bought with pesos. All right, this is what their pesos look like, right?
Yep, that monopoly money.
and so basically, um, here, all right, here I have I haven't spent that, and I've been here a month. I've been here a month. Understand this, y'all. I've been chilling, and I haven't spent on all the food. I haven't even spent that much on food. I haven't spent $200 yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've been having a good time, been relaxed and stuff like that, using the gym and stuff. I've been getting healthier, stronger, and stuff like that. And I haven't spent $200 yet. All right, so let that sink in. Hold up. It is if you lose it. You ain't drinking if you got it. It is if you lose it all. And that's the point. A lot of these dudes come down here and go back almost broke. All right. It ain't tricking if you got it, but it is if you lose it.
Yes.
If you come down and spend all your money on women, all right, then that says something about you. All right. Because even if you found, I'm going to put it to you this way. Being with Mimi, right? And even when I wasn't with her, I would get her a phone every now and then. Like when she lose a phone, I would buy her another phone, right? At no point did anybody I buy phones with did I buy an iPhone. I bought them the same phone that I like because they like what you like. You see what I mean? And then I put a lot of thought into what I do for people. All right, if anybody else want to come in right now, they can. It's open. Okay, I put a lot of thought into especially phones. And so I noticed that the most secure phone is one that people don't know is not an iPhone. In Brazil, you don't give nobody an iPhone. That stuff be stolen, and they look for iPhones to steal. But if you give them a weird phone that they don't know what it is, like my phone I have here, this phone right here. Okay, this phone right here. I'll show you something. In Brazil, they like this phone. They like the picture it takes. But they think that is so neat. I think it is so secure. Ain't no front camera. The back camera is the front camera. That's what I like about this phone. That's why they stop making them. Because it's difficult for the government to spy on you with this phone. That's why I believe they stopped making it. All the phones with pop-up cameras, they're like, oh, it's because it was a OnePlus made a pop-up camera with the OnePlus 7 Pro, right? And they made it waterproof. People would put it in tanks and stuff to test how waterproof it was. And they stopped making it. They stopped making phones like that. Why? That's the question. Why did they stop making this flip phone? This is one of the most popular phones that this company ever made. That's something to ask yourself. Why did they stop making it? Go ahead, brother. Brother, Mr. Pirate Brains. What's going on?
What brand is that phone?
Asus.
Excuse me?
They're known for it's Asus. It's the Asus Zen phones.
Well,
no.
They're known for the gaming phones.
Because I just got a new cell phone also, and I didn't have a choice with T-Mobile but to get the iPhone because it was the cheapest. They had it on sale, and I can't stand it.
Right, most people can't.
Yeah.
The only people that like iPhone is the brainwashed.
How you doing, sir? Yeah, what I was gonna tell this brother. What's your name, man? Brother.
That's Backwood Rider.
That boy Ryder. Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I feel your pain, man. I had 2 heart attacks myself, man. And it made life difficult.
So, but the thing is, and this is what I keep telling y'all. So this brother came down here to the DR, found somebody. But I know with you, it would be easier. Because you kind of know your way around. Yeah, you know your way around real well.
Oh, you mean with the language? I've never been to the DR.
No, I mean, but it's still the same. It's Spanish.
Yeah. With the language, I could get around.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, that took a lot of cojones to go down there not knowing the language. You know, and with that health condition. You know.
But a lot of times. Go ahead.
But what I was going to say is when you're bold, the universe will make its way for you, make a way for you.
I can't get it. Yeah, that's my brother right there. That's my younger brother. How you doing?
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, the Most High will make a way.
It's pretty good, so that's why I'm going back.
Yeah.
What is he saying? And so yeah, and so that's pretty much it. Um, yeah, and I would say I've been really blessed. I've been really blessed. You know, um, I've been really blessed. Just with seeing all that I've seen, and I am very happy. You know what I mean?
Oh, sorry,
Very
brothers.
happy.
I'm sorry to cut in, but I got something I need to do right quick, so I'll catch up with y'all later, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, Backwoods Rider is out.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, and that's basically it, right? Um, at the end of the day,
Oh, I know what I
the
wanted to tell you. I'm
uh-huh.
glad that you put that new channel up, and with that channel, you're talking about the Exodus and kind of pivoting away from Passport Bros, because I think the Passport Bros, that whole thing is kind of getting played out. It's time to move and talk about the real deal, leaving Babylon.
But see, here's the thing. That's been my whole thing. All right, even though the Passport Bros that I promoted, if you listen to the radio show that me and Charles Tyler was on, we were promoting leaving Babylon. We was promoting leaving what he termed was the Matrix. We weren't promoting staying, going back and forth, just going down there getting something and leave. We was looking for wives, looking for relationships outside of the Matrix, right? Outside of the Babylon. And then the rest of these dudes, they came in and basically like, oh, just go for vacation, right? And that's basically it.
Yeah, and you got a lot of these younger dudes that's talking about getting some punani, and that's the whole topic, getting women. I mean, it's like, come on.
Right. And that's why that's never been my topic as a whole. I'm like, get a woman if you get there, right? If and when you get there, but be prepared, because it's a different thing. We got to be prepared to take care of, but we're going somewhere to get a woman that don't mind a man that has resources that can take care of them, right?
Right.
And stuff. So long as so long as you bring that wife vibe, all right. And so we're not looking to go and pump and dump. And so and that's the problem. A lot of these dudes are going to pump and dump, right? And
Right.
and,
Because
and go
I'm
ahead.
even looking at some of the women in the Philippines are starting to drop off from the argument. They're letting, because I think they're realizing what some of these youngsters are doing.
Right. But here's the thing: the Philippines don't like youngsters, but that's why they don't like them. If you
Right.
notice, the Filipinos like the older men.
Right.
All right. And that's why they like them. That's why they like the older men. All right. And so like I said, all of this is what these people have been doing. It's just a real disservice. It's a real
Exactly.
disservice to brothers. All right.
Oh,
And and
I
so
talked to Sunshine Shoulders, to Calvin, and I
right.
talked to him. I watch his videos. I interact with him and chat with him. He's a real cool guy, man. A lot of knowledge.
Right. Right. Sunshine Shoulders is to the Philippines what I am to Brazil. All
Right.
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 Only he won't get banned. Because all
You got
even in
banned from
Brazil,
Brazil?
no, from YouTube. I didn't get banned from Brazil. They're my friends.
Oh, that's
But
how I was.
YouTube,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
his videos won't get banned. But even in Brazil, do you know they banned the Selma and the NGO
No, why?
because that election was not on a up. Look, I'm just saying, you get a dude out of prison, all right, and then the week after he's out of prison, he running and he wins,
Right.
and you can't. And most of the people like, but we didn't vote for the criminal that did something that his crime was what he did to the country,
Mm.
right? We didn't vote for the. All right, let's check the machines, and the army can't even check the machine because they made the machines so that you can't check them.
Yeah.
And hold up, when you get them Brazilians that protest during the World Cup,
Mm.
we're talking they protesting during soccer,
Right.
World Cup
Yeah.
soccer.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of that's
Okay,
special.
that's real. That's special.
Yeah.
Fresh out of prison. Yes, fresh
Mm.
out of prison. And so this dude here that I met at this restaurant, he tried to he went, he said, oh yeah, that Trump like that. And I was like, you talking bad about a place you've never been. And I said, it's not like that. Oh, you know everything. Dude, I lived there or was living there or lived there.
Right.
All right. And I told him the regular people were upset about it. I know because I was there helping my friend by filming some of it. Now I wasn't
Yeah.
protesting, but I know what's going on and I know why they were protesting.
It's
I
like
know that.
over here, they try to give Duarte a bad name for the Philippines, and the Philippines, for the most part, really liked Duarte because he was getting rid of the drug traffickers and all of that stuff.
Yeah, but here's the thing: he was getting rid of the drug traffickers and all that stuff. You can't have that, right? They. What I'm saying is, the United States want everybody to include itself in shambles, but it's starting to backfire with the BRICS nations and stuff. A lot of things start to happen that they did not foresee, and people are fighting back in ways that no one could have told. Right? Who would think that a lot of your righteous brothers, and nobody's worried about and they don't mind if the simps and pimps leave and go visit some place for 2 weeks and try to run through all the women there. They don't mind that they do it. They're concerned about the brothers that got their SH in order, and they're going and they're finding wives in these places, and they're staying where they are, to the point where the U.S. is making policies to try to force them at least to come home to deal with some things, right? And so,
Yeah.
and so all these new laws that Biden is making is designed because he wants the United States to be a prison state. And this is my view. This is just personally what I think, based on the laws and stuff that they are passing, trying to keep brothers from leaving the United States, or forcing people to come back. And he's taken away so much freedom. He's trying to take people's freedom to where the United States would be a penal colony. And that's therein lies, brother. That's the problem right there. That the United
and he's
States
using the black women, the BAW. He's using them to be the wardens.
Right, and so even the Caucasian men are just they're paying attention to the laws and stuff. And see, a lot of these dudes that don't listen to this channel, that listen to all the rest of those dudes, just walk around. This is where you go to pick up women and stuff. It's going to cost you. No, I tell y'all that y'all need to be geopolitically savvy. All right. You need to be politically savvy. Not that you vote, but that you know what's going on, so that you can understand what new rules might be made up and stuff like that. So you're ahead of the game. Like for
Right.
instance, with Lula coming back in, he may reinstate the visa. You needing a visa to get it, because Bolsonaro got rid of the visa for U.S. citizens and Canadian citizens, and Lula is talking about reinstating the visa for U.S. citizens and Canadian citizens.
Right.
All right, what kind of agenda is going on? Why is he doing that?
Yeah.
Because Brazil benefited greatly from that, right? From the visa, people being their economy started to come back.
Right.
All right, and so who knows? But if you don't know that, you don't know. Like, okay, I might need to go down to the Brazilian consulate and find out what's going on. All right. And so people are not producing this kind of information because they don't know themselves, because all they care about is showing some fat booty on the beach and stuff like that. Now I'm gonna go to the next place and stuff, because YouTube is paying them money to keep people distracted from what they
Right.
what they should really be doing.
Right. Did you see
All
the
right.
video that happened in Ghana where they had these brothers that bought some land in Ghana, you know, with this whole year return thing, bought land and were building resorts by the beach, retreat, should say. And the local government, they already bought it. They had a 50-year lease on the land, and the government came in and tore down their property with no notification or anything.
What did I tell you about Ghana?
Yeah, you told me.
Hold on, everybody. What have I told y'all about Ghana? Didn't I say I don't trust them?
Yeah. And the thing about it, with this thing that they just did, this is going to ruin it for them because it went worldwide. Everybody saw what they did.
Right. I kept saying Ghana is too close to the United States to be trusted with anything.
And every place that black men are going to, Kamala Harris is following behind them, because she's going to visit Ghana, she's going to visit Tanzania, and there was I think it was Kenya. She's going to visit them. Every place she's going to visit.
Right, to throw salt in the game.
Right.
All right, but here's the thing. And here's the thing too. Brazil is tied in with the BRICS thing, right?
When you say the BRICS, what do you mean by that?
Is Brazil, the BRICS nations is like the new European Union. All right, that's what it's a financial conglomerate, and it stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Right?
Oh, okay.
But now other nations are petitioning to join the BRICS. All right. And so they will have all the oil nations, because Saudi Arabia wants to join. And so what's happening is with Biden in as president, a lot of other nations are joining the BRICS. So a bunch of other nations just joined BRICS too, right? And they're going to have, if the oil companies, the oil countries join BRICS, it's over for the US dollar.
Yeah.
All right. And the things that pushed Russia to do this was when Biden banned him from being able to use that currency exchange between he and Europe.
Mm.
Okay,
So
and so
that's why United States is running around to these African countries it's like they're running around with their heads cut off, you know.
right, but most of the African countries outside of Ghana are going to join BRICS too, because they're tired of the French, they're tired of the English, and they're damn sure tired of the United States and its racism towards Africa. The United States bring them together and treat them like dogs when they get here, right? And they're tired of it. So the African countries are looking to this, looking to the Soviet Union and China, because the Soviet Union and China had came to the African leaders with and treated them with more dignity than the United States ever did and ever will. Especially with Biden in, because he don't know how to. Brazil, Russia, India, yep, China, and South Africa, yep.
Yeah, and they're trying to ferment discontent with China in the African nations.
But that's not working. It's because China's been building up there, and China has been giving them loans, and people don't understand. All right, when you start to understand, and
because Kenya was having some protests against China.
Right, because of how their Chinese citizens were treating the Kenyans, like not allowing them in the restaurants in Kenyan land, and that didn't go over well, right? Yeah, Iran and other countries are using the Russian credit card, and other countries are developing their payment system, right? And so what Biden have done is started a mass exodus away from the dollar.
Mm.
All right. And it's all because the NATO decided that they were going to isolate Russia on behalf of Biden for that mess in Ukraine. You know, with the Burisma scandal, with Biden saying he's not giving them any money on national TV, on C-SPAN, threatened to not give them a loan if they didn't fire their prosecutor who was looking into crimes with Burisma, who his son, and their board, who his son was on.
Right.
Okay. And the news media in the United States wouldn't report it. YouTube, Facebook, and all that stuff was banning this kind of stuff. And now everybody is fighting them back in ways that none of them suspected.
Mm.
The men decided to just leave the United States alone in the United States, but not just any men, the fighting men that are good with being good stewards over family and finances, right? And then other countries are looking and seeing the BS when you got a country that don't know what a woman is, and so they're leaving, and you know the Muslim countries are going to take slight at that. All right.
And with so many black men leaving, they don't have a fighting force.
Right, because the Afro men are the fighting force. And
right.
the dudes that's left, they're not going to fight in a place where you gave all our money to.
Right.
Right? No, and people are pissed. And you shrunk the army with that C-19 mess. Right? You shrunk the army with all of that and stuff. You pissed off the nurses, you pissed off the doctors, so you don't got enough medical care. All right. And you made it just this president made it just abysmal for anybody to do anything in the United States. And nobody wants to do anything in the United States because it's a pit of hell.
Right.
Right. And so basically, now what's happening is that everybody is figuring out a way to fight back. And people have been looking for a missile war, but it isn't that. It's a financial one.
Right.
All right. And there it is. USMC vet. He said, if the Arab nations join BRICS, the dollar will crash. It will no longer be backed by oil. And that is the scary thing.
Right.
Right.
But that can also mess us up moving out of the country, because even though we're leaving the country, our finances still come from the United States.
Right. Now, but if we look at the countries that we're going to find a relationship, right? It might mess us up in Brazil, but not Colombia and not the Philippines.
And I don't know, because we're not going to be able to. There's no. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is why I say this. This is why I say this. Brazil, definitely, it'll F us up in Brazil. Because, they're the B of BRICS.
Right, but see, I was thinking it would mess us up in the Philippines because there's no jobs there.
No. What I'm saying is the dollar won't lose its value in the Philippines. In a way that it will lose it. Okay, so the dollar won't lose its value in the Philippines, in Panama, in Colombia, in many of the South American countries, because they won't be a part of BRICS. But like Venezuela might join BRICS, right? Because they're an oil producing country, right? Cuba definitely will join BRICS, right? But the dollar won't lose its value in some South American countries because of where their currency is. Okay, and the Philippines, the dollar would have lost its value had the Philippines chose China, but they chose the U.S.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? And so, hold on. But there was a time, and that's probably why they wanted Duarte gone in the Philippines, because he was flirting with choosing China as a partner over the U.S. But here's the thing, Nesman 99. Hey, what's up, by the way, brother? If the U.S. goes to all of these countries, it's a lose-lose. The only hope for the United States is, one, for Biden not to win another term, and for somebody who can clean out the White House and all the rest of that. I doubt they're going to try to make sure Trump don't get back in, which means that whoever gets back in will be another politician that they can control.
Right.
Anyone, Trump is the only wild card left. And Trump is still a wild card. But will he get back in? The point of the matter is they don't want him back in. And Trump, he's just that much of a wild card. And understand, I said he's a wild card, not savior. He's a wild card. I mean, nobody knows what he would do, but the establishment can't control him. All right. And that might be a good thing. And he ran things well. And like I said before, his ego, again, may cause him to do a good job for us because he is ego driven. And that is good for a president.
Right.
Right. All right. And so,
but if he gets back in, I think the democracy will be over with. I think it'll turn into a dictatorship. Not that I'm saying putting a value on whether.
Hold it. And this is where y'all wrong. The dictatorship is happening now. Right now, the left is a dictatorship. Remember, they're blocking your passports. They're blocking you from traveling. They're blocking your finances. They're blocking your children from learning anything at school outside of the gender transverse mess. All right, look at all the stuff that's going on. They've taken control of your children. They force you to get stuff, and even knowing that it causes all these problems, the CDC just made it a part of the scheduled jabs that you give children.
Terrible. That's terrible.
And hold on, that's what this is. That's a dictatorship. They banned you from speaking on YouTube, Facebook. They banned a former president, right? Y'all got it twisted. What y'all got twisted?
Don't put me with y'all, because I understand what you're saying.
I know you understand what I'm saying, but I'm saying y'all because you thought Trump would be the dictator, but he's been the person that gave people a lot more freedom. The businesses freedom. He brought the businesses back from China back into the United States, and people start working again. Imagine what would have happened if he would have been there 4 more years. We had world peace, right? He made peace deals in the Middle East. Come on now. And all the things.
Well, I guess dictator is the wrong language. I guess I should have said that if he gets back in, he's going to stay in for more than 4 years.
No, he won't.
You don't think so?
No. Everything you believed about Trump is based on false media, right? Everything. The one argument I was got into with the guy, he was talking about the people that tried to take over the government. Them people were sitting down there taking selfies. Nobody had guns. To be guilty of what the Democrats were accusing those people of, you need to do it with weapons, and you need to go in and forcefully, not go and take selfies and walk around and stuff. The only people who lost their lives were unarmed people that was mysteriously lives taken, and the media lied about everything. The media.
But what about all those people that were climbing up on the walls and all that stuff?
They climbed the walls. That's not an insurrection. They climbed the walls, took selfies, went in there, sat in people's desks, took selfies with their feet on the desk. All right, they didn't destroy anything. All right, maybe a window or two, but they didn't go and destroy people's office. They didn't go and take hostages. They didn't take people over. This wasn't no Middle East breakdown. And the media lied about everything. And then the main person they put in jail for 4 years, turned out he was given a tour by the Capitol Police who opened doors for him, and he was peaceful about everything. Okay,
and the ones that got the most time was the black guys that were up in there.
Yeah, exactly. And when you look at it, the people that got off was the people that were smart enough to show them their camera. This is me, and this is the police allowing me in here, right? Most of the people, everybody that was able to show that got off. This is why you only see so few people that they were, and the Democrats trumped up these things. None of them people should be in jail. All right. And this is not what they called this thing, was not what it is. To be an insurrection by definition, you have to go and attempt not do selfies. It's a hostile takeover where you go and you take over. But you have to go capture Biden or capture Congress members and say, you are no longer the Congress member. We are now in charge now. That's what that is. It's what they do. This is what they used to do in these third world countries. All right. Another word for it is a coup. Right? You need weapons in the army for that.
If they had weapons with them, we wouldn't even be having this discussion.
Right. That would be an insurrection.
Right.
Okay. If it's when the people just pitchforks, burn them down. And we're taking over now. They got pitchforks and hammers and stuff like that. Burn them at the stake.
Man, you gotta be cracking up, Kai.
That's what that is. What they did, went in there, took selfies and stuff. The worst you should have got them.
Well, they did smear some doo-doo on the wall.
Right. I was getting ready to get into that. The worst you should have did that was destruction of property. But since we owned it, the taxpayers own that. The government don't own that, but you get them for destruction of property and make them pay a fine. For the people that had to clean it up. And then whoever did that, and here's the catch, whoever did that, Now, here's the hypocrisy in all of that. They allow Democrats to destroy cities and kill people
Yeah.
during the BLM riots. They allow the
Yeah.
Democrat people to actually take lives,
And get away with $92 million.
and steal things. All right, this is the biggest piece of crap hypocrisy I have. The one thing I don't like is injustice. All right, y'all know I have a problem with the Caucasian people. I'm not going to let the slavery thing die and the Jim Crow thing die and all the. I will not. I refuse to, because that's this history. However, I am just as hard on hypocrisy when I see it. When you let people burn down whole entire series and cities, take people's businesses and lives that they did not own, and let them do it for free in order to use it to get your people in to elected office, and then you brush it all under the thing, and nobody has to
And
pay
give me
for
my
it.
reparations before the dollar crashes, so I can get out of here.
So we can get some gold.
You know what these people gonna do? They gonna wait till the dollar crashes and go to hell. It's okay. Here we can give you $20 million, and it'll be worth like $30. Because look, when I was in Argentina, at one point it got to the point where it was like, oh man, 20 million to one. I mean, it wasn't 20 million. It was thousands and thousands to one.
Right.
And it got so high that they had to change the name of the currency and start over again.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what's going on now. But people is tired of the BS from the U.S. government. Everybody, the people in the U.S. is tired of the BS. You got more and more Afro men now waking up, and they realize a lot of brothers are waking up, and they was like, and here's the other thing. 2 videos went out. The CNN video, I put it up on my old channel, where the second impeachment, where Trump's lawyer put up how the Democratic Congress and CNN used that impeachment to try to frame Trump. And he put all the video evidence up. Oh, they hit that they tried to hit that man, they got that impeachment over so quick and tried to make that thing go away. All right. They tried to, because he put it, if he would have, man, if this was a real court, that man, the media, he called out CNN. And here's the thing about the impeachment. The impeachment is not a regular court. Had Trump taken them, had this been a regular court thing, and that dude put that up, Trump would have been able to sue everybody that called for him to be impeached, and the media, especially CNN, because the dude particularly used CNN.
Impeachment is almost like family court.
Right. It's a family court for political people. And
I got a question for you. Before I forget, my mind, I lose my mind. I'm really considering the Philippines. I'm considering the Philippines. But the problem that I have with it that I got to work out in my head, and I'm thinking maybe you might have advice. In the Philippines, you can't buy property being a foreigner. Excuse me?
They're changing that law.
Okay.
And this recent, I heard about this. When I say recent, I've heard about this months ago. So the policy was that you cannot buy property. And I heard about this law because one of the brothers that follows Stephen, right? He bought property, right? But recently, real recent, right? Mm-hmm. And they were changing the law. You used to have to buy it through your Filipina, right?
And then she can
And
leave you and you fucked. I mean, excuse my
yeah,
language.
basically,
You,
and that was the thing. And they kind of saw the folly of that. The other thing is you can buy 49% of a condo, not 50% or greater than 50%.
right.
And so they're changing this because they are seeing how, let's just be real, Thailand is kicking everybody's behind. Right now, Thailand is the spot. For me, the Philippines would be better is because the Philippines, if you're retired military or VA, they honor VA, their hospitals honor the VA program.
Right, right. But you can't buy land.
But you
You,
can't
you
buy
can you can build the structure, but
you can't
if
own the land. However, they're changing that because they're losing right now. This is what Thailand's doing. Thailand is making everybody rethink things, right? And especially the Philippines, because Philippines feel like they're in the direct, which they are. They are so similar that the Philippines is in direct competition for the brethren, so to speak, or for the tourists with Thailand. And Thailand is winning. Not Philippines would win because the people are more friendly, but the government is effing the Philippines up. The Thailand government got their ducks more in a row, even with coming out of the lockdowns and stuff. Thailand was first.
well,
Thailand was
the queen of Thailand got injured by the princess.
Yeah, she got injured. She got injured by the jabby jab, and now Thailand is going after Mr. Zerg. They're going after the Zerg, and behind this, and they again, Thailand is leading the way. They're saying no.
See, but the problem is, by the time the Philippines changes the law, the property will become so expensive that we won't be able to afford it like we can now. I mean, let's say, for example, Calvin built a house for his woman for $80,000, a nice house, and they on some nice land. Well, you ain't going to be able to do that by the time they change the law around, because a lot of people are going to come in from the West and buy up all the property.
And that's the point. And that's the thing that the Philippines is wrestling with. And this is why I kind of agree with their policy, because if you look at what what's his name, Logan Paul did to
in Japan,
no, Puerto Rico. A lot of them went down to Puerto Rico because of their tax thing, bought out all the beachfront stuff and then kicked the Puerto Ricans off the beach.
Right. That's the problem.
All right. That's the problem. And that's the problem that the Philippines have. And so basically, what I would be okay if the Philippines just allow some investment in small plots of land, like enough to build a house, right?
Just allow the brothers to buy property.
But enough to build a house on a small lot, right? But no mansion stuff, right? Just be like enough to and enough of a lot that you can comfortably plant food and do what the Filipinos like to do. No more than what a middle-class Filipino would be able to do.
Right.
And so something like that. Or
not allow foreigners to buy beachfront property.
no. Hell no, no beachfront properties for foreigners. No, none.
Right.
No, for any reason. Any reason. Beachfront property is off limits.
Right.
Okay. You want beachfront, rent a hotel.
Right.
All right. And so I would be down for that. And like if I was the Philippines, and if the Filipinos are listening to me, the government should not allow foreigners to buy beachfront property because you won't own the Philippines anymore, right?
Here's
And
another thing that I would say too. If they wanted to change because like now you can buy it with the Filipina, but she owns it. Even if they say, okay, you can buy it with the Filipina, but she don't own it, both of you own it.
Right. I think that's kind of what I'm looking into it, but I think that's kind of what they did.
Well, they haven't done it yet because Calvin was talking about it a couple days ago.
Okay. All right, but they're I know they're working on that, and I got this from not Filipina P, but one of the Filipinas was talking about they're changing it. It might have been Filipina P.
It was probably her with that lawyer that she has on there sometimes.
Yeah. It's the lawyer, and it was the lawyer. So this came up, and so the lawyer was saying that they're going to change that policy because a lot of Americans that's with the Filipinos they're not wanting to take care of them in the way that they really want to take care of them because of that law.
Well, there was this one white dude that he went down there with like $30,000. He built a house for the mother of his children, and then she moved her parents in and kicked him out, and he wound up destitute. And John and all them guys got together and bought him a plane ticket back to the United States and gave him a little bit of money to get set up when he got back to the States. So she actually really screwed him over. He was kind of stupid, but that could happen to anybody.
That can happen to anybody because of that law. And that's why they need, because that's not the first time that's happened.
Right.
And so people that really fall for Filipinas, they are really that no one trusts women in the world anymore because of these laws. Right. Again, I am going to say this again, and I'm gonna just put this. I put this stake in the ground. The most trustworthy woman as a wife is turning out to be the Colombian. More so than
the laws for buying property down there.
It doesn't matter what the law is. The Colombian and the Mexican, it doesn't matter what the law is once you marry a Colombian or a Mexican, right?
I mean,
let me tell you why. Back, I don't know if you remember. Remember when I gave you the 5 least divorced countries?
I don't remember. You probably did.
Number 1 is India. Well, not y'all, but the video I did. So I'm gonna reiterate. Number 1 was India. They just don't. you woman walk out of a religion, boy, you got the whole damn community to answer for.
Oh, you talking about in India?
India, yeah. So they
don't play. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to live in India though.
No, but they are the least divorced, right? All right, India. Then comes Colombia is number 3, and Mexico is number 5. I think it's India, Chile, Colombia.
They got divorces in Chile though, because they have them in Argentina.
They have them in Chile, but I mean, India has the least. Then it's Chile. They got divorces. India even got divorces, but it's like 1%. It's really, really low in India. and then it kind of go up gradually. Colombia sits at 3, and Mexico sits at 5. And in the people that were doing the statistics, they couldn't figure out why Mexico and Colombia was so low, given their proximity to the United States, especially Mexico. And that is because the Mexican women in Mexico, understand this, the Mexican women in Mexico that get married to somebody in Mexico are more loyal to their men, regardless of what the law states, is because they're driven by more of a spiritual thing than the legal matter, right? Colombian women are kind of the same way, right? So if you find a Colombian woman to marry or take as a wife, or a Mexican woman, then you're good. Now, the Philippines, what makes them good in the Philippines, understand, I say in the Philippines, all right, is that if you find wife material that you can stay in the Philippines with, what makes them so good is they honor all spiritual background. So if you're Muslim, you don't have to be with just one Filipina. All right, you could be with whatever you could be with what the book of what the Quran says, right? The thing is, you can't switch you can't, once it is established what you are, you can't switch.
Filipinas are very jealous. I don't know if they're going to go for that.
Some do.
But let me ask you a question though. In Colombia, what are the purchasing of property laws? Can you own property there?
In Colombia, yeah.
So, and see, that could be another reason why they don't leave you like that, because they don't have that leverage over you of taking away everything that you've got.
Right. But here's the thing. Filipino wives don't leave you. Filipino girlfriends will.
That's not what Calvin says. And he's got boots on the ground over there.
Right. But statistically, I'm saying, like, we have boots on the ground in our own situation, but we're talking about the whole population. Right. And so when we talk about a whole population, boots on the ground will tell you, like, I could tell you the ins and outs here, like that's why I brought the brother on, because my experience, boots on the ground, is my experience only goes as far as Santo Domingo, but not the whole of the whole of the Dominican Republic, right? And so that's why I brought the dude in, because his experience is different, but he went to a smaller town, right?
I mean, the Filipinos are loyal and everything, but he's saying that.
This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the Filipinas that you get that become wife, right, in the Philippines, usually are good wives in the Philippines. Girlfriends are, the Filipina P talk about it all the time. You got to watch out for a lot of the scam artists. So the dudes that go down there, like, I'm gonna get a girlfriend, and if you have a child with a girlfriend, because the laws are different. The laws are different. And I'm gonna tell you this. Okay.
The baby mama's laws, yeah.
No, not even baby mama's laws. Or there may be baby mama's law. But no, not baby mama's laws. If you marry a Filipina, right? She's not free until there is an official divorce.
Right, exactly.
Okay. This is why there's a difference between how a girlfriend in the Philippines treat you versus a wife in the Philippines. When you bring them back to the United States, that's why this has changed. For those of you that don't know, and this is why if you go to the Philippines, you
Never
need to
bring her
make
back.
no, worse than this. You can bring her back and suffer less consequences than if you do this. If you go to the Philippines and a woman says she's separated, make clear that by separated, do you mean divorce? Because if she's separated, she's not divorced. If you get into a sexual relationship with that woman and her ex decide he's just going to throw salt in the game, you're going to jail.
Right.
Understand what I said?
I understand. So if
Hey,
she
what's up,
says she's
Dwayne?
separated or divorced, you better get
No,
an
she said she's
investigation.
Right.
If she says she's divorced, you better get a
you want to
private
see the paper?
investigator. Yeah.
No. See the divorce papers. Show me
Yeah.
your divorce paper. And you got to be bold and ask for these things. As bold as I ask these women, do you have a man here? Because to me, if you have a man, then you have a husband.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so therefore, fresh and fit and pearly things are for entertainment value. All right. The stuff they're talking about is the stuff I've been making people aware of long before they became a thing. Right. But because
Yeah.
they're entertaining to watch them argue with women and get into this mess with women, I don't even deal like that. I give you the information, and I'm not trying to entertain you. I'm trying to inform you. Right. I'm trying to inform you so that life can be better for all of us. So that's and pearly things. She says she's about entertainment. Fresh and fit, for the most part, they say they're about entertainment. All right, that's why they talk to you about getting the views up. I don't say get the views up. I just want to make sure y'all hit the thumbs up. Right.
Right.
And
Right.
and share the video. And I want you to share the video because I think what I talk about is more important. Like this fact: if you go to the Philippines and you see this fine sister, fine woman, you need to find out if she's been married before. If she's been
Right.
married, you need to know for sure whether she's divorced. And you need to see the divorce license. If she has a divorce license and you want to bound chicken wow, I would even go as far as getting a screenshot of it. So if she has a dude that just want to throw salt in the game, you'd be like, nope, you're divorced. And this is the license she showed me. Show it to the court. And then instead of you going to jail, she could go for fraud.
And here's another thing too. If she tells you she's divorced, 9 times out of 10 she's not, because divorce is so expensive in the Philippines that the average person can't afford it.
Exactly. Now, this goes into the other thing. This is why in the Philippines that you will find that the people that come after you are going to be the younger women. Why the younger women? Because the younger women have not been married yet. Most of the older women they're either married or they was married and got divorced, and got separated, but not divorced. So they can't come at you because they probably have some jealous husband waiting in the wings to get you. And you will go to jail because remember I said that on a spiritual level that that if you go down there as a Muslim, you can have 4 wives. As a Hebrew, you can have 4 wives, so long as you establish that, yeah, I go by these tenements, the commandments, and this, that, and the other, and this is my belief. And in the Philippines, it's the one place where they put their religion on their birth certificate.
Right.
Okay. And so this is how much that matters there. And they're free about, they have freedom of religion there.
Right.
Okay. Question: why the Philippines are the black people of the Asians? Um, they're because the Aida people, the Negritos, and the Filipinos were black before the Mongolians, the Chinese got there, the Japanese got there, and the Spanish got there. They lightened them up to what you see now. But the original tribes that are there are as dark as you and I. Only
Right.
like in the West, you do not see them pictured anywhere because they want to keep that secret. But it's not a secret if you go there. Like I didn't know too
Well,
much about.
Filipina P was up in the mountains, and she did an interview with this couple that live up in the mountains. They had a couple kids. They were an older couple, and they were dark.
Right. Well, in the mountains, in the Filipino mountain, away from the beaches and stuff, and you'll see them in the Philippines. If you go there, you will see them walking about as the original people, and that's why they are called that. But here's the other thing too. Um, I wouldn't. I am so enamored by the people of Palenque, but I would not have been all into. Um, I wouldn't have been all into who they were had I not gone to Colombia and asked questions about the women in the dresses, and then
Mm.
asked about Palenque because I just saw a BBC thing or maybe something, an old video, and I said I told y'all years ago I was going to go to Colombia to specifically to go there, and that's exactly why I went to Colombia, and that's exactly what I did. But I
Mm.
didn't know that the women in the colored dresses were all from there, right? Until I got there. So that filled in some gaps. And then when I met them there and went down there and stuff, and now we all friends where they braid my hair for free.
Wow.
And I take them out and I treat them and we sit down, have pizza and chicken and stuff. And we talk about we talk like family now, right?
Mm.
All right, but so that's the thing, right? And so basically when we look at these things, there's a lot of places where we existed, and you can't deny the story once you end up there. Once you go
Right.
there, once you go to Colombia and you see these things, once you understand that the Aztecs didn't build Machu Picchu, that all that stuff that the Aztecs took over was built before they got there, those pyramids, and they don't know who built them. We know black people built them,
Right.
right? I don't think they want to know who built them because they know black people built them, right?
Right.
And so you got all of these things that's going on when you get your passport and you go and see it, right? And
Yeah.
so there's a lot of these things. Or when you start having conversations like the thing about the Negritos, I got a lot of stuff like because Stephen's lady, she's a teacher there.
Mm.
So in my conversations, and she's been on here before. I might have to
Mm.
bring her on again, and so we could just talk about the Philippines. So bring her
Yeah.
on the live, and I'll probably bring her on the other channel, right? So I'll probably have her on the other channel since we're going to talk specifically about a landmass, and the new channel she'll be on there. All right, and we'll address that there.
Mm.
Okay, and hold on, and let me put the new channel up again. Um, and so and we'll address that there, Sin, and have her on there. Um, because yeah, we're going to hold on. And then and then all the videos, I will retrace some of how I got to where I am now, my mentality and stuff like that. Okay, the top one is the channel, and then the bottom of one is, yeah, that's the first video. You'll see the intro video to this channel, its purpose, and all the rest of that stuff. And
you should invite Calvin onto that channel.
Mm-hmm. If he would come on, yeah.
I think he would.
Yeah, he might. We're both military, so
that's why I'm saying he's really cool like that.
Yeah, I know. I subscribe to him.
Yeah, you the one turned me on to him.
Yeah. And so yeah, and so that's the channel. All right.
I already subscribed to you. I subscribed to you as soon as you put it in the room.
Right. And so basically, so that's that channel, right? And all this stuff, right? The details that we're talking about now, we'll discuss periodically on that channel. And the reason why I'm gonna use that channel for that, because this kind of I'm gonna make sure we discuss that periodically. We'll have lives on there talking about the history of these places and stuff, and that's what these lives will be about. It'll be more of a learning curve thing of things that where the live will be question and answer more so than informative here. It's the figure out, the navigate kind of thing that we're going to be doing on that channel there. Oh, so it's 11 o'clock here.
Well, let me let you go, man. I enjoyed this conversation as always.
Okay. So yeah, so let me go too, because it's 12 here, and I got neighbors that came in today. With that said, y'all, because I know my voice starts getting elevated. All right. And I know it bothers them on my left side, but on my other side, I don't know. Somebody was banging on the door before. They was knocking on the wall.
Well, I appreciate this information.
I feel like Noah, like I'm talking to people that don't want to listen.
Yeah.
So I feel like Noah. All right. And I feel like y'all are the family, because a few people will listen. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at on that. All right. So let me say this in closing. All right. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Don't forget to subscribe to the other channel. All right, because tomorrow there will be videos that go up on that channel that'll be related to the topic of that channel, right? And on that channel, share those videos. Okay.
You put Casper the Friendly Ghost up on here.
And then and so basically, when it'll be the same principle kind of as this, as far as the donation. There's not going to be nothing special. I'm not people kept saying, man, you should do Patreon. Nope, not going to do that. You're still on, but I'm just doing this. East Asian history might be something to look at. Yes. And so yes, on that channel, we will be delving down deep into this East Asian history. And the teacher, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna hit her up on Facebook, and because that's who I'm taking the computers to. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing. Don't listen to people telling you should travel throughout the USA before leaving. The tickets to go to certain places in the USA cost just as much as going internationally. Get your passport. Get your passport, right? Life is a lot better outside of the US right now than inside of it if you're a spiritual person. Yeah, I mean, many of us do not want to see our children be preyed upon by a system that is becoming more corruptible on a daily basis. All right, so get your passport. You'll thank everybody. Get your passport. So with that said, right? Um, with that said, like, share, subscribe, and subscribe to the other channel, and thumbs up. And I want to hear replies, and on the other channel, especially because a lot of y'all don't write comments in the comment section. I want to see a lot of comments in the comment section. A lot of the questions y'all are asking now, ask them there on that channel in the comment section. Go take a look at that, the first video that's up. That's the intro video, right? And then I want y'all to comment and throw some ideas out in the comment section. All right. So let's see.
I'll go over there
yeah.
as soon as we get done.
Look at this. People who don't even speak another language trying to put advice after going to Cancun with Spirit one time out of the US. And they went to Cancun, right? Yeah, that's a trip. All right, we done with them. All right. And that
All right,
channel is
man.
be concentrated more on us and the things we need to know. All right. So with that said, I'm out. Peace, love, and soul.
Peace.
I'll holler at y'all on the next one. And thank you all those that came into the panel. Thank you all for stopping by. And I'll holler at y'all in a little. Peace.